Good morning, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I'm back in the PMDG 737-800 again for another worldwide trip. Anyway, today we're going from London Gatwick up to Keflavík in Iceland. Got a flight time today of just under 3 hours, and I'm cruising at an altitude of 32,000 feet, according to SimBrief. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's get a few things going, shall we? So all I've done so far is literally just put power on the aircraft, just because so I can have the jetway connected to the aircraft before rather than the steps. As soon as it's pouring down with rain, we don't want our passengers to get wet, do we? So let's carry on with everything, shall we? So just make sure the brakes are on. So set the eventually lights to auto. Let's come back up here and set our IRS to align to nav. I have mine set to instant alignment. Obviously you might not. It's up to you how you want to have it. And let's come your damper. It should come out. There we go. Let's come down there like so. Fuel's going across, and let's go ahead and start the APU. That's doing. I'm going to go ahead and change this now to 30,000 feet, so that's my cruise. And I think Keflavík's about 50 feet above the ground. There's nothing too crazy there. So my fuel required today, according to SimBrief, is, let's make that way, 1273. There we go. Menu. So we are at Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, and I think I'm at gate 2. Let's go ahead and put that in there. There we go. IRS is aligned. APU is up and running, stabilized. APU bleed can come on, and we'll go ahead and transfer over to APU providing us with the power. Come back down here, and we will go ahead and disconnect the ground power because we don't need it anymore. No point in having that connected and running while we're got the APU up and running. It's just wasteful, really. So I come across. So Echo Golf Kilo Kilo 2 Bravo India Kilo Foxtrot. Let's go ahead and request a flight plan. Any second now. I'll wait for that to come through. Let's come back up to top. Go ahead and switch our window heats on now. Packs can go set to auto for the time being. And seatbelt signs can be set to auto as well. There we are. It is a bit of a grim day, so let's just get a little bit of lighting on. But nothing too crazy otherwise. Back down, let's load it. Any second now. Right, perfect. So there we are, departing off runway 8 right. Okay, and our flight number is TUI 221. Activate that. Perfect. Let's go ahead and request our performance stuff. Again, any second now. Load. Let's go to 36 today, where we're only going 32. 320. Execute, and our transition today is 10,000. Anyone knows? Yeah, I'm happy with them. So let's take that's D rate. That's fine. Flaps today for departure is 5. CG got a trim of 6.4. Okay. So let's go ahead and set up our departure before we put in our V speeds, because they'll only change. So our departure today is the Lam 1 Zulu. Perfect. And our arrival, let's have a look at Navigraph, is on an ILS 01 approach. On the RSU3 November. And our transition, if I can find it. What am I doing? No, that's fine. That's fine, actually, yeah. That'll be fun. So look at the legs. Let's see if there's anything that looks askew. So there's our departure. Nothing looking too crazy so far, which is good. So that can be, go to that, get rid of the discontinuity. Pretty straight, simple approach really. It's nice. Happy days. Let's just go ahead and set that back to map. So now I can go ahead and put in the V-speeds and we should be good there. Next page cutback can come on as well. Oh, we are on a wet runway today though. I hate it when it does that. Like, why is it? I don't get why it... Oh, there we go. Because they were switched on this way. Obviously, as you can tell, I am still learning the aircraft. But I think I'm happy there as far as the FMC is concerned. Yeah. Okay, so our trim's changed to 6.15 as well. Cool. So let's go ahead and change this to 32,000 feet. You can see we've got some nice glitching on the screens there. I mean, surely that must have been spotted before this aircraft was pushed out the door. But who am I to disagree or complain, I suppose? Let's change that to 250 because I know that's my speed restriction on departure. I think we'll just double check. Yeah, 250 is the max. Below 10,000 feet. Anyway, but I do also have restrictions in place for that, which is fine. So the heading I want after departure is 077. So just put my course bar on there anyway. Let's go ahead and just get a little bit of lighting on here, shall we? So let's come down below, set the transponder. Now I'm not on VATSIM today. I am working on getting used to or learning how to do proper IFR flying on VATSIM, so they will come in the future, don't worry. But for the time being, it's just still getting used to the aircraft more or less, which is fine. So I'm happy there. Okay, so let's come up top. Let's get the anti-cols on and we'll look to get movings shortly. So we can go ahead and put the fuel pumps on now because we will go ahead. In fact, yeah. Let's move the jetway, which is fine, and let's go ahead and plan our push. Any second now. 2, Enthoo. Where's the jetway not moved? I thought I requested it to be removed. Maybe not. Jetway. There we go. And let's go ahead and request pushback.
This is ground. Stand by.
Yes, unfortunately there is that glitch there of the screen changing, which isn't great, but not a lot I can do about it. So let's go ahead and change QNH. Go.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Let's go ahead and turn packs off now for the engine start. All fuel pumps are on.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
There we go. So, take the first one going. So wait for this to come up to 2.5 now, and then can shove the fuel in. Fuel bin in. So I just want to say a big thank you to all the guys that have been watching over the past few weeks. Support's really helping me out here. They aim is to get to 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. We're getting there. Trim. I think it's supposed to wait till after engine start for the trim, but I'm not too fussed. Fuel's going in nicely. So, I do seem to have a bit of stutter in here at Gatwick. Freeware scenery, by the way, from FlightSim.to. Really nice piece of scenery. So I think this the scenery coupled with the weather, coupled with the aircraft, is just causing a bit of a performance hit. But usually it's fairly smooth. But yeah, don't know what's going on. Not the end of the world. At 2.5.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Hopefully at some point MSFS will allow for the actual rain to be cleared from the windscreen, but until then it's just in animation, unfortunately. But we'll get there in the end, I'm sure. Okay, so we've got a good engine start there. Go ahead and turn packs to auto. Go and switch the generators over, so we're no longer on APU. And go ahead and turn the APU off and close the bleed. ISH is set to auto. Fans, RIP packs are set to auto as well. Looking good there. Probe heat can go to on. And go ahead and turn taxi lights on, ready for taxi. So, flaps now can also be set to 5. Flaps 5. Ring set to RTO. Flight director can come on, as can VNAV, LNAV, and on the auto throttle, and we are good for taxi. Brakes off. And let's go ahead and get moving. Very miserable day here in the UK. It makes a change. It's been pretty nice the past couple of weeks. Not had a bad summer at all, really. So I can't complain too much, I suppose. Although I do. Yeah, it is quite nice flying in the rain. Just, the effects are so good nowadays compared to the old FSX days. Yeah, a couple of minutes stuttering there is terrible. Got my system specs down below in the comment in the description section if you want to have a look. But like I said, usually it's pretty bob on. I don't normally have many problems with it, so it is a little bit surprising. But I suppose the system's getting on a bit now. Things do start to wear. There you go. Overall, it's still a pretty good system. So on my departure, I do have a few restrictions in place as I skirt around London. It's going to take me out to the east of London. Up towards the Lambourne VOR before routing further north then. So it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I think because of the miserable weather, we're probably not going to see much. So we'll probably be in the cloud. I'm using live weather today. Just the default Asobo live weather, so it's very up and down. I find it doesn't always provide the best. What's the word? It's not the most realistic in terms of what's actually going on when it comes to the live weather, but all of a sudden you'll get a random change. They get updates every 15-20 minutes. Well, it seems to, at least, anyway. So all of a sudden it'll be like this, and then 20 minutes later it'll just change to like clear blue sky, and it just kind of kills the immersion. It doesn't like, there's not a gradual change, it's just like an instant, which I wish they would look into, but there you go. It's not the end of the world. So the Lambourne VOR is 115.6. Let's go ahead and change that. Get that in so we can pick that up for the departure. So I'm carrying taxiing down here then. And we'll cross the old runway 08 left. Does anybody know why they no longer use it as a dual runway operation at Gatwick? If anyone knows why, just please let me know down in the comments below. It'd be interesting to find out. I gather now the old runway 08 left to it 26 right is the it's just more as a taxiway nowadays rather than a runway. Could be wrong there, so again let me know down below if you know otherwise. Be interested to find out. Cock there. So the next intersection is when I want to go take the turning left. Whether that leg's supposed to be there, it's just bending that much. So I'm going to cross the runway here. TFC on. Change to TARA. There's no need for me to go all the way down to the bottom today. Okay. We are basically ready for departure. Okay, we are looking good for departure. Go. So engine spool to 40 and toga.
V1.
There we go. And rotate. Okay, feel the wind that way. Not my smoothest departure there. Positive right there, gear coming up. Oh, look at that. It looks fantastic, I've got to say, it really does. Looking good though. So, autopilot coming on now. With the takeoff checklist, so preset to off. Landing gear can be turned off. We continue the climb. Miserable, can't see anything. Just breaking through there, which is nice. Let's go ahead and turn those wipers off, it's making no difference now. And just like that, folks, we are on our way. Hi guys, welcome back to the flight deck, and we are not far from our approach now into Keflavík. We're just flying in on the start. You can see we're descending down just through 13,000 feet roughly. Just going to go ahead and slow us down here a little bit more. They're coming down. Begin our checklist. So auto brakes set to 3. Landing lights are on, return lights are on, and so on. Seatbelt signs are set to auto. Other external lighting is correct. Landing altitude today is 135 feet, so I've rounded it to the nearest, which is 150, and things are looking good. I've come down here, taking flaps 40 today, so it gives us a landing speed of 144, which is perfect. My ILS information is correct, 111.3 for the ILS, the course are 014, and then the VOR is 112.8, which as you can see we are picking up there. So we're descending down now to 2,500 feet, which is our sort of height for the initial point of the ILS approach, which is good. So things are coming along nicely. It's been quite a nice flight, pretty clear in terms of nothing too strenuous. A bit cloudy coming over the UK and up over the coast, but it's cleared up as we've gotten close to Iceland. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's the first time I've flown into Iceland. But yeah, it looks quite a picturesque approach, or at least descent into the country, flying along the coastline. So I've got a speed restriction of 230 coming up by Dexon, which is the next point, I think. So let's go ahead and slow down to that. Local QNH is set to 1015. So see if we get a crash the desktop just as we touch down. I've had a few of them over the past couple of weeks. Pain in the backside, but hey ho, not that I can do about it. Hopefully it's something that Asobo can sort out. At the time of recording, Sim Update 10 has not been released yet. And from what I gather, the CTDs are still happening in Sim Update 10 from, I think at least some of the beta testers are still reporting that, so it doesn't bode well. Hey ho. Fingers crossed. So looking at the charts further along the, I think we've been down to 210, so let's go ahead and just slow down a bit more as well. Scenery I'm using for Keflavík is, I think it's MK Studios. I've not actually flown in or out of there yet, so this is the first time I've made it across. Go ahead and put some flap out just to help us. Seems that we are starting to get slow now. Cracking view.
2500.
Preparation for landing. So again, Command B ready. Finally switch over to approach mode. See the runway is just behind here. See the glide slope is active there. Should start to see the localizer coming up there. That's the runway. Yeah, there we go. Localizer's moving. Let's go ahead and switch over to approach. There we go. Looks pretty desolate. At least at the
1000.
here, at least anyway. Autopilot off.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. So, text light's coming on.
Yes. Here we are, guys. Welcome to Keflavík. Lovely clear skies. Let's say gate 4. I don't know if the marking system actually works. Doesn't look like it. But that'll do. So let's come up top. APU's up and running. Let's go ahead and switch over. There we go. And we can go ahead and cut the fuel. Get the chocks in. And let's go ahead and ask for the jetway. Well, at least the jetway is working. And there we have it, folks. Gatwick to Keflavík. As always, thanks for joining me. And if you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, it really helps out. Until next time, I'll see you later.